when you can get to that place of self-awareness where you could be the observer of your saboteurs, and you could be the observer of the movie screen, and you can label it, it's liberating. It's liberating. In order to develop self-awareness, I think it's important for you to be able to sit with yourself and just observe the thoughts that are coming into your mind. So some people call this meditation. You might call this stillness, whatever you want to call it. It's just a practice of sitting with myself and observing my thoughts. So like a thought will come in. Why am I doing this right now? And I'll let that thought just go by. Like imagine watching a movie, and the movie are your thoughts. Oh, my back hurts right now. It's like, and I understand, and thank you. Like, I'm hungry. I understand, and thank you. And like just watching the thoughts go by, and being the observer of these thoughts that come in and come out. And sometimes those thoughts are serving. Sometimes those thoughts are not serving. And if they're not serving me in that moment, I just let them go. I release. I can't even see what happens is I can't pinpoint some of the thoughts that come through because I release them, because it's almost like I let them go. I let go of them. So for me to give you an example of something, I was trying to, for right now, but I let a lot of those thoughts go. And sometimes those thoughts are about conversations I've had. Sometimes those thoughts are about feeling inadequate on something. Sometimes those thoughts are about not having confidence for something. Sometimes those thoughts are, some sort of fear of like, am I good enough? Am I going to be able to do that? Does this person like me? Am I approaching this the right way? Questioning. Sometimes those are those thoughts, and I just release those thoughts, release them. But the ones that I hold on to are more so, how can I serve this person? Sometimes it's like that, the curiosity comes in, or I'm really proud that I made that choice, and I'll feel that feeling of like pride and self-love, because I'm aware. I'm giving myself the space to feel aware and see those thoughts and let some of them go by, and then hold on to other ones. And I think that's a really important way of approaching that inner self-talk.
So hopefully my camera is at least somewhat working here. I think it is. But
yeah, you're back. I can see you. Cool. It's not split screen. It's just you, and then there's me.
Cool. So if you guys can relate, go ahead and mention this in the chat. How Mike is kind of talking about watching your thoughts, right? And I love the idea of your thoughts are something on the screen, and somebody who I really respect and admire in this space of awareness is a man named Muji. You can check him out online. He's totally changed and revolutionized my life in a lot of ways. He has some really cool content, some really deep content. It's a little out there, but I think you guys would like it. And, he says, hey, if your thoughts are on this movie screen and you're watching it, if there's a raging fire on the screen at the movie theater, the screen is not burned. If there's a rushing river on the movie screen, the screen is not wet. And ultimately what he's talking about is, these thoughts are projections on top of a layer of consciousness. You are not the projection, you are the consciousness watching it. And so if you can be sure to sit back and watch and observe, then you can actually see, oh, there goes this saboteur, right? There's the wimpy version of me, or there's this childhood version of me, or there's the immature version of me, or whatever. And you can start to label these ideas, start to label these parts of you, and have a conversation with yourself, like Mike said, and ultimately say, hey, I love you. I appreciate you. I know that you're scared right now. And I know that you want to kind of lead, but here's the thing. You can come along for the ride, but you got to sit in the back seat because I'm driving, because we are going somewhere that really matters. And unfortunately, you're not the best driver because you're too concerned, and we need to get to our destination. And that means I need to drive. Sometimes my son, who's 5 years old, wants to drive the car. And obviously I have to say, hey, you're more than welcome to come along for the ride. I love you. You can't drive yet because you're not mature enough yet. You're not ready yet, but you can still come along for the ride. I need to drive because I'm the leader here. And I think that this is so important. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about
And
physical.
can I echo something there?
Yeah.
To echo, those thoughts are not negative. I think that's important too. Oftentimes we might label these like wimpy is not negative. It actually is quite serving because that version of me is here to protect me. And sometimes I need that. Like if I'm a if someone with a gun starts with a machine gun starts shooting around me, wimpy, I need Wimpy to protect me. you know, that's a very important
Right.
version of me. So I don't want to say, hey, Wimpy, you're negative. It's just you're not serving right now. Like I don't need you in this moment. But like Andrew, just what you just said is you could come along with the ride. You could come along for the ride. Hey, but you got to be in the back seat. You're just not driving this time. I'm in control. You know, real me. The truth is in control. So that's kind of like my alter ego is the truth. You know, so Mike, Mike is me, but Mike was the name that I was given by my parents. When I say the truth, that's my like identity. The truth is I can observe Wimpy. The truth observes Wimpy. The truth observes Shithead. And it sounds interesting, but when you can get to that place of self awareness where you could be the observer of your saboteurs and you could be the observer of the movie screen and you can label it, it's liberating. It's liberating.